Hey, best friends. I'm Claire.
I'm Yana.
Welcome to
My Best Friend's Book Club.
Yana, are we a place for non-readers?
No.
For
We are not. Read the book or get out.
Why are we a place for non-readers?
Because we accept all kinds of people, including those that can't read.
Oh my God.
We...
She's joking.
Oh, you don't accept those people?
But that's not the main reason why.
We know you're busy, and we know sometimes you just want to listen to someone else do the work for you. We want to take care of you. We want to help you out in any way we can in your busy lives. So why not read for you and just tell you what it was about?
Yeah, we summarize chapters each week for you.
Absolutely.
And it's like...
Let us help you.
It's like you read the book, too.
And then discussed it with your best friends.
Because reading is good for your brain, and so are audiobooks. And we're kind of like an audiobook,
and
but
we're best friends.
Funnier. But we're also a place for readers. Why is that, Yana?
Because... Let me tell you, Claire, we put up a reader calendar and we make it easy for our listeners, our best friends, as you will, to follow along with us. And if you choose to read, you know exactly what you should be reading. It's like we posted homework for you, but it's fun because we're fun, damn it.
And because book clubs are fun.
Yeah. And best friends are fun.
So with that, really clear explanation about what we do here. Yana, what are we reading?
Book Club for Troublesome Women by Marie Boswick.
I'm very excited about this book.
So far, I'm into it.
Read just the first 50 pages. Mm-hmm. I'm sure you have several discussion points.
I do. I have a lot.
And I think maybe we should blanket statement that this is a very eyes-opened book. We'll talk about it in discussion. So, Yana, tell us about the first 50-ish pages of the book.
Oh, God, here it goes again. Well, Claire, as always, I find the first 50-ish pages a little hard to really summarize just because we're really meeting characters here. So we're learning some backstories.
There was a lot of information, too.
Yeah, so I tried to I took notes on this based on kind of like who the characters are. First, we meet Margaret Ryan. She seems like she's probably the main character of the book.
She's the Sarah Jessica Parker of the story. Okay. Is it not giving some sex?
It is. I saw your question and it was something I was thinking about. Yeah. So Margaret Ryan lives with her husband, Walt, and they have 3 kids. They seem to be a little cash poor and a little bit strained in their relationship. But she also seems to kind of be less into the housewife life, maybe. Like she's pushing back a little bit.
She's discovering another way of living. This is also the 1960s?
Yes, this is 1963 in Northern Virginia. They live in a suburb.
Yeah, I had to keep reminding myself. I was like, why are they doing that? And I was like, Claire, this is the 1960s. This is like... Yeah.
This is exactly what
proper woman etiquette for the time.
So Margaret is hosting her first ever book club, and she's just working so hard to prepare for it. She's trying to be super fancy about it, which seems to be kind of her thing. Like she's trying to create an appearance of fanciness and maybe wealth that she doesn't actually have. She wants everything to be very perfect.
I kind of thought she just liked hosting too. She sounds like she likes
so, but I think she also doesn't necessarily fit in financially to the suburb, you know, and she's trying to make it feel like she does. But yeah, so it seems to be kind of her thing. Like she really wants everything to appear nice, but we're starting to realize too that people might be taking that for granted and not really notice it. Also in this book club with her is Charlotte, and she's fun. But she's at the psychiatrist's office, smoking as you do.
Charlotte's my favorite so far.
She's telling him that she joined a book club. And the only reason she's kind of doing this is because she got to pick the book, and it's called The Feminine Mystique. And apparently that's a little bit of a shocking pick. The doctor's all concerned, it seems like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Super concerned.
Yeah. And Charlotte had met Margaret because Margaret had stopped by her house to welcome her to the neighborhood because she was all intrigued with who this woman is. because at the pharmacist's office in town, Margaret saw Charlotte walk in and then like really demand shit from the pharmacist, all while wearing this like mink coat. She's obviously the super like edgy one of this suburban town. Charlotte is married to Howard, and they have a daughter and a son, and then another daughter and a son. She's 2 boys and 2 girls. Third person in this book club is Betsy. Betsy works at the stables. She has a husband who's 19 years older than her. She's childless, which back then is like no go.
Big problem back then.
She is like, do I want kids? I don't know, but her husband's 19 years older and he's like, it's time.
She's having trouble conceiving though. They're trying, right?
Yeah, but I also was like,
are they trying?
Sure, yeah, if they're actually trying that hard, you know?
I got that vibe too. Like someone might be sabotaging the situation.
Betsy is also the youngest of this book club, and it sounds like kind of the youngest of the neighborhood in terms of married adults. And her husband, whose name is Kingsley, but they call him King, he's a horse vet.
Coincidence? I think not.
Nay.
Oh my God. That was awesome, but I hate you. There's like a kernel of hatred that's like, it's a fiery hate.
I know.
But it was mostly really good.
Thank you.
That's why she's here, everyone.
Yeah. The last one in the book club is Vivian. She's 41 years old and she has 6 freaking kids. Whew. And her husband is Anthony, or Tony, as the Italians may say. And these two are flirty.
It's Tony.
Oh, Mario. So they're flirty, but they're like also this just like pristine American family. A bunch of kids, stay-at-home mom, military dad, past military mom. They're just like, yay, America.
I got the sense that they actually have a good relationship.
They do.
Out of all the gals.
Yeah.
And their men.
It seems like she's pregnant.
Yeah, but it seems like he like really loves her.
Yeah, but I don't trust men. He could still be cheating on her.
Okay, I guess we'll find out as we keep reading the book. Yeah. You're like still waiting for their relationship to turn.
One of the things that stuck out with Vivian for me is the mention of it seems like she's unable to get the pill.
Is that what she was trying to get from the pharmacy?
I believe so. It seemed like, again, this is 1960s. The pharmacist wouldn't give her the birth control pill without the written consent of her husband.
Okay, wait. I remember this part, and I was like, obviously mad that anyone would need consent when you're an adult, regardless of your gender. But did they say it was birth control, or did they insinuate that and I missed it?
Yeah, I read it a couple times, but it did say like the pill rather than just any pill. And then it sounded like there was a moment where I was a little confused because it sounded like at first she said that she kind of was wanting another baby, but at the same time she was like, I'm ready to like go back to work.
Yeah, she seemed like she wanted to go back to work.
And then she's talking about the pill, but then at the same time she's like starting to get nauseous and she's like, oh shit, I know this feeling, like fuck,
right,
I'm pregnant.
That's what I thought too, but I
was
didn't
confused
realize
a little bit about like, does she actually want a kid or does she not?
I thought she did not.
I thought she didn't either.
I did not catch the pharmacy situation.
So obviously there's these 4 women. These are the 4 main characters. It seems like there are other characters in this suburban neighborhood that play more minor roles at the moment. So I didn't like list all of them yet, but it's a suburban neighborhood. Everyone's kind of in each other's business. It seems like, the wives are homemakers with children and husbands to take care of. The husbands leave to work every day. And these women are
1960s women.
Yeah, they're meeting for, coffee gossip chats. Now this book club and, running errands and reading magazines about, a woman's place in the world. It was really hard not to get worked up. Yeah. I had to keep reminding myself that it was the 1960s and like constantly. This book was trying to reflect that and teach us that and, maybe remind us everything that was fought for. And
I have that in discussion.
How much we maybe don't want to go back to needing our husband's permission for everything and magazines called A Woman's Place. The other kind of story that happens in these first 50 pages is really just like Margaret's home life and kind of her life with her husband. Sounds like they met in college. There were a few mentions throughout here of like the whole thing of like women going to school to get their MRS degree. There was a lot of mention of that. Like, I'll go to college, you know, unless I meet, you know, this person first kind of thing.
Or it's like you go to college to meet them, but you never have the intention to graduate because you're really there to find your husband.
Yeah. So she meets her husband.
What a time. Can you imagine going to college with that as like your goal?
I wish. Oh,
I just want a sugar daddy at this point. I'm joking, everyone. Am I?
Well, so they meet and she's into him, but she's not. You know, it's kind of like, I like him because he's interesting, but also I'm like kind of settling.
Really nerdy.
Yeah.
Yeah. I thought he was really endearing, honestly.
Back then.
And I felt bad that their relationship seems to have soured so much.
Yeah. Well,
that seems to have. It definitely has.
They've definitely, it's soured. You know, it feels like they started off kind of in more of the same place. And he's still really in this, like, it's the 1960s. This is a woman's place. This is my place. This is the way things are. And she seems to be starting to, like, not want that anymore.
What I think is super interesting, though, about this piece specifically, which I have in discussion, don't worry, is he also falls into his quote unquote like societal role.
Yes.
It sounds like he didn't want to just fall into this provider, security, man of the house role. But he did. Mm-hmm. And in doing so, he seems to be quite miserable.
Yeah.
And so is she. It's kind of sad that they didn't start off that way.
Yeah.
Anyway, we can talk about more in discussion.
And it's
but
hard
I was
too,
like,
because they have 3 kids.
And a mortgage.
That sounds like it's maybe a little bit above their
But they
means.
did what, you know, society.
You buy the white picket fence house, you have the kids.
Teaches us to do, especially in the 1960s.
Yeah.
So.
And there's a lot of like, I think with a lot of these women, like this appearance, right? You're like putting on an appearance, everything looks good, but then it's like, how much do you really know about your neighbors and like what's going on behind closed doors and a lot of that.
Exactly.
So
more on that in discussion. I have so much to say about
Margaret and her husband, you know, get in fights. Her allowance seems pretty small, and she's kind of finding, you know, really sweet ways to give, like, sacrifice kind of her needs to buy him gifts. And her needs are also like coupons essentially to buy household products. Like, it's not like she's sacrificing, you know, something crazy luxurious and unnecessary. Like, she was saving up to decorate their house with lamps.
She loves lamps.
She loves lamps, but she's also, you know, trying to slowly put her house together. I mean, we've all been there too, when it's like you want to buy little things maybe once a month, but you just want your place to look nice, you know, and just get it all immediately. So she's also recognizing, like, it's silly to spend the money he gives her for the home on his gift, because that's just his money.
It's
then
not
he's buying
gift.
it. Yeah. So she's like sacrificing
How thoughtful.
other things. And he's like, hey, I got you like Woman magazine, essentially like teaching you how to be the perfect wife.
Do you remember the name?
It was The Woman's Place. There are 2 magazines. I think. A Woman's Place. Yeah.
Wow.
I know. And on top of that, it's like he also brought her a used copy from the dentist's office. And she's like, would he have gotten me anything if he didn't also have a dentist appointment? Yeah. Like, it sucked. It was kind of feel it like it's like when men give women a vacuum cleaner for their birthday.
Well, and it was like her Christmas gift after like Christmas kind of got soured by all the children getting the flu. So it was like injury to insult. Is that the saying?
Well,
insult to injury?
It's a lot of it. It's insult to injury.
Did I say that?
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay, you know what I mean.
Salt on the wound.
Cherry on top. That sounds sweet. You're right. Salt in the wound.
Yeah. And there's also the piece of this too where she just tries so hard to make everything nice.
Yeah, she
and
really
nothing
did.
Like gets really noticed, right?
Yeah, not even the children.
Right.
But they had the flu. So.
Sure. And yeah, this other kind of piece going on in their storyline is in this Woman's Place magazine, she notices a contest for like an essay writing contest with an $100 cash prize. And she rents a typewriter kind of secretly to work on this essay, and she's super, super excited about it. And it seems like it's even less about the money cash prize and more about just like feeling like she's doing something other than being a mom and a wife. And unfortunately, she doesn't get she doesn't win. But this last chapter really broke my heart.
Me too.
It really, really broke my heart.
About he was such a bitch,
Such a bitch. Essentially, you know, she's really getting ready for this book club. She is trying to be all fancy and making fancy dishes. Yeah, she's trying to make friends too. You know, they're new to this neighborhood. The whole neighborhood is kind of like a new development. So everyone's new to it. But she's trying to build community in it and find, you know, women to bond with. And that's so close to when everyone's coming too.
Yeah, it's so close.
He comes home from work. He's like into kind of this like fancy feast that she made until he realizes it's not for him. It's for the book club. And he's disappointed in the most annoying kind of way that for him for dinner, there's a cheese sandwich in the fridge. And he just throws this little bitch fest about it.
He throws it away.
Yes, he tosses it after also making comments that they've spent money to feed these women. But then he takes this cheese sandwich and tosses it.
Super.
Oh my God. So fucking rude and childish.
Critical.
And he's just like drinking beers and he's like, I'm fucking out of here. And he storms out, but not before.
I know.
This
probably was extra sensitive to you because you cook and bake so much.
It's so mean.
It was really mean.
One of the fancy things she had made for this group of women is this cake. And she works hard on it. Again, these women are like so close to arriving. And after she watches him kind of storm out and she looks at the cake, she realizes he like grabbed a piece of the cake and not even in like a pretty way, just cut himself a slice, which already would have been a dick move. But he just like fucked that cake up.
Took a huge chunk.
Asymmetrical
in whatever way he could cut. It wasn't even like trying to cut a cake.
No, like he purposely tried to fuck it up.
Yeah.
Oh, it just broke my heart. Like I was just so upset reading that part.
And that was also the moment she found out she didn't win the contest. Yeah. It was like everything just crashed down on her. It was so sad.
So yeah, that's kind of all I have right now.
God, now I'm just depressed.
I know.
Again. I was all
really
excited
upset.
and I'm like, I'm sad again. Okay, into discussion. But the book, it was also giving like, I'm going to date myself, the Edward Scissorhands community. Yeah. It was like the sexy one who lives in that house and the sweet one who's over here and the one that likes to cook over there. And they all have their different homes. And
yeah, I mean, it's very like Desperate Housewives.
We don't really do that anymore.
No.
That whole concept of like women in the neighborhood.
Well, these days, a lot of women work.
Back in my day.
But the other,
it really
bugged me too with Margaret and her husband. It was just the classic, like, you know, he believes that he works because he leaves the house every day.
Oh, yes. This was very triggering.
Yeah, because she's at home. That means she doesn't work.
I knew this one was going to come for
that
you.
That pisses me off. Meanwhile, his 3 kids are taken care of. There's dinner. There's grocery shopping. There's pharmacist runs and all that crap. But he's like, hey, I go into an office, so I'm hot shit.
Right. He has the perception that like he's working and he's bringing in the money, but because her tasks don't tangibly bring in money,
they just save him money.
Right. They're not valued. He doesn't understand the tangible value of what the woman is adding because there's not like dollars and cents.
Right.
It's like the concept of time equals money wasn't like really a thing yet. But let's be really clear, everyone. Time is money. If you were a single dad, let's say, you would have to pay for someone to help take care of your kids. You might need help with cleaning the house. You might need help with cooking. And you would have to pay for those things if you were too busy working. So many people are gifted to have beautiful women in their lives. And I know there's stay-at-home men as well. Yeah, bless you.
Whoever is a stay-at-home parent
ever doing
is sacrificing like hell.
Well, it's not always a sacrifice either. together, right? Like some people want that life.
Absolutely.
And that's cool.
But the sacrifice in it, I would say, though, is the piece that happens when your children are then out of the house.
Right.
When they don't need you anymore. Identity. And you have now missed all these years in the workforce. Like I've seen people come through at work, right, where they have major gaps in their resumes because they were moms.
Yeah.
And now they're just trying to get back into it. Yeah. So they took that sacrifice because I'm sure they don't, necessarily regret what they did. And like, I'm sure they love their family and all that. But the sacrifice is, especially when you have your kids young, right? They grow up, they don't need you anymore. And you're still young enough to be in the workforce. What do you do?
Well, and in this book, I think the author's obviously trying to emphasize the woman experience. And she talks about how Margaret, to what you're saying, she ends up not finishing college. Mm-hmm. That made me really sad because it sounded like, well, she said that she was like an A student. Other students hated seeing her in their class because she set the bar so high. Her papers were incredible. It sounded like she was really a gifted person, and she didn't just go to college to find a husband. She didn't know she wanted to go. She went and she really liked it, but then she didn't graduate.
Well, she didn't even consider it to really be an option because it sounds like she was taking care of her siblings after her mom died.
Her mom died, and so she got stuck at home.
She had to step in as the second parent alongside her dad.
And then her best friend was like, check out the campus with me. Yeah. And then she ended up in college. I'm so glad her dad supported her. That made me so anxious.
But she went to college with that friend, and then that friend got pregnant immediately and dropped out.
Right. But I think this is so interesting because the way women are today, not every woman, I don't feel like we all are like, oh, I am like on a hunt to find my husband. I'm not saying that doesn't happen. I know that there's a great deal of women who really value that and they want that. But there's also this like new herd of women. They're not seeking that kind of partnership or
they're not wanting to say no to it necessarily, but they're also going to college to go for college.
Yeah, and it's like, hey, if it comes, it comes. And if it doesn't, like, I'm going to be a bad bitch over here. And then you get to a point where you're super, super bad bitch. Mm-hmm. And then it's like
she's talking about me.
Yep. And then that role that men played, security, money, is not a thing that women really need anymore. And then that's kind of just like totally tipped the scales of society.
Yeah. But
I think that's why it's really fun to read this book right now. And I have to keep being like, Claire, it's 1960s.
I know, but the 1960s were not that long ago.
I mean, Yana, it's almost like 2030 over here.
I understand, but like my mom was born in 1964.
Oh, damn. Oh, I know. My dad was, I think both my parents were in the 60s
like,
also.
Our grandparents were for sure living, like, it's not that long ago in the grand scheme of things, you know?
Well, if you think about it like that, did we not progress quite quickly then as like women?
When did women get the right to vote?
Like, did feminism just like fucking skyrocket?
Okay, all women can now vote. It's 1965.
Okay, so during this, they're 2 years away from it.
Yeah. And I mean, some women were already able to vote, but Black women could start to vote in 1965. Women couldn't initiate divorce until 1969.
No, yeah. That's so for real.
So women
Can you imagine being married to a person who like
abuses you?
Yes. Can you imagine
cheating on you?
Yes. Honestly, like this isn't something that just like doesn't happen, right? Like there's a lot of statistics about domestic abuse. There's a lot of statistics about like husbands unaliving their wives. Yep. Like you don't even have the privilege to make a decision to divorce. Oh, I can't.
1969. That's so not long ago.
I cannot.
1972, Claire, was the first time women could access birth control without their husband.
Listen, we're going to end this conversation with this right here, right? Like, we're going to just talk about then and now and like what's going on. And if you don't want to talk about it, you can shut the podcast off.
1994, I was 4 years old, was when there was a federal protection made against domestic violence.
Thanks. That didn't take long at all. Yana's learning so much and she's teaching all of us a lot along the way.
Honestly, it's pissing me off.
I know.
Because of where we are now.
I know.
I fucking can't.
Let's finish the book.
Fucking 12-year-olds. They're like, you need to be married. I would be willing to give up my right to vote.
Dude, that's literally the last discussion point I have. You know what? Let's just fucking get into it now. It just made me think so much about this world we're in right now and how you're seeing these groups of women being like, yeah, we don't... Sorry, I'm not trying to like hate on anyone. I just am a bit bedazzled by the fact that some women are so willing to give up their opinions or their rights. Yeah. You're like, yeah, I don't care if I can't get divorced. I don't care if I can't control my body in a medical manner. I don't care if I can vote. Okay,
hey, don't do any of that
that's
stuff.
What I'm saying. Like, this is my major point on this. If you don't want to do that, don't do it, right? But I don't know why you're trying to like so passionately take that away from other people who want that privilege.
I can't imagine ever feeling that way about anything, even the stuff that I would consider weird, which isn't anything like political, but like, let's say someone did something that I'm like, that's weird.
What's weird? Like, can you give an example?
Furries.
It's funny that was the first
thing. I was trying to think of something that wasn't like crazy controversial, but like
watch all the furries come for us.
I know, all of our furry followers. I'm so sorry.
We love you.
Please don't unfollow.
Teach us your ways.
Yeah, I want to be like you. I'm just jealous. That's why I'm talking about it.
Me too.
No, but like it's something I'm not gonna get down with.
Yeah,
but do you? I know. I will vote for you to do whatever you want to do.
Yeah, I don't care.
That doesn't mean I have to be a furry.
Yeah, I walked
but
through...
also sponsor us.
Yeah, we'll take that. Dude, that would be the coolest sponsor, aside from Taco Bell, of course. Mm-hmm. But I walked through a My Little Pony convention.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like...
It's crazy sexual.
Like, okay... Yeah, I was like, this is not for me, but I don't give a shit. And honestly, I felt happy for them. I was like, you live your life, you know, you go pony.
I wish I loved something that much.
You go pony, people. But if somebody was like, hey, Claire, we should take the rights away from the My Little Pony people, I would be like, why? Like, or if anyone should decide, they should decide because they're the pony people.
I think it also just hurts my feelings because...
Oh my God, you have feelings? Your face.
It hurts my feelings, you bitch, that
the scrap of feeling I have left.
That there, were women that actually like lived this.
Yes.
And we're like, this fucking sucks. And I have no choice in it. And then they fought their freaking dicks off to make it better.
They had to grow them first and then fight them off.
But like, they actually suffered through this. And then to just have these like girls being like, no. I'm seeing a lot like of these young women, at Turning Point USA conventions. And the irony of how many of these women are up on these stages preaching about this stuff, not realizing that feminism is exactly why they get to do this. It's like,
I never thought about it like that. Like, you wouldn't even have this fucking platform
to talk about this.
Dude, can we give Yana some...
Thank you. I'm very smart.
God damn, she's so smart. She's such a woman of power.
That's right.
Let your power out.
Thank you.
God damn it.
It's just like, they just don't get it. They think feminism is strictly just women hating men.
No.
And you know what it is? Just kidding.
No.
No. But they don't understand that it's so much more than hating men.
It's not hating men.
No, it's not.
Like we were talking about earlier, in the book, it's like the societal structure is, we're talking about 1960s, right? Women stay at home, they're homemakers, they take care of the children. Unfortunately, those sorts of tasks are not valued because there's not like tangible money tied to them. It's time. Men go to work, they're security, they're providers. And where we are today, women do those things now.
I mean, I just keep thinking about like Erica Kirk. Right?
I know.
She's
I
up
can't
on the
stop
stage,
thinking about her. She's awful.
like, women should be home, and I'm like, bitch, where are your kids?
Bitch, why aren't you home with your kids? Like, if
your kids literally just lost their dad, and you're just like, I'm gonna do this.
And I'm not saying like you should be home with your kids, but like if you're up there saying
preaching that other women should be,
instead she's like jumping out of like stages, doing acrobats of fireworks, being like, stay at home with your kids. Men are providers, and you're like, what? Anyway, I feel like what's happened is that the societal structure has shifted. We haven't quite figured out how men and women, people.
I feel like this book is going to bring up just like a lot of feelings. I know. A lot of frustrations.
But on the other side of the coin, this is what I also wanted to talk about is Margaret's husband, Walt.
Yeah.
He's very unhappy.
Yeah.
We don't know how he ended up kind of giving up his dreams as well. But the way she describes him in college, he's like, this is the most exciting time in my life.
I get to spend it all learning.
He kept changing his major a million times. I can learn. There's so much discovery, which also I was like, I wish that I thought about college like that. I think it was so scary for me that I couldn't think about discovery in that way. But I also feel
like that's like a privileged way to look at college, right? Like there are people who are like, I'm doing this because I need to get like a job that supports my family.
Yeah, I went to college so I could get a job.
No, totally. But I think there are a lot of people, maybe not a lot, but there are people who go because that's just what you do next. And you get to, explore all the different things and come out.
I didn't, but painting. Look at Yana with all her big thoughts today. She's got some big feelings and big thoughts today. But I think that's part of the reason why their marriage is struggling at this point, because she gave up what she wanted in life because she did what society wanted of her. Yeah. And he did the exact same thing. And now you have two miserable people, right. Walt and Margaret, who did the things. They have a mortgage, they have children, and they hate their lives now. So they hate each other too.
Very rarely stick up for men.
I knew it.
This might be the one and only time I ever say anything in defense. But
everyone, watch out.
Just as I have an issue with the expectations society puts on women, but also specifically during this time was putting on women, to put myself in the shoes of a man at that time, I would be fucking overwhelmed and stressed to feel like I am the only option for my kids and wife to be like fed and housed.
That would be so stressful.
I don't know that I could handle that.
That's super stressful.
Right. And
like I had to provide for my two dogs, and that stressed, and myself, obviously, and that stressed me out. But imagine having children and a wife.
And that was their job. That's their entire responsibility to protect this whole family. And that's too much. Like Betsy, the one who married a guy 19 years older, she goes to work at the stables just because she loves horses and like she's good at it because she did this in her dad's business or whatever.
God forbid you do something you like.
Right. But when she mentions that to these women, their first kind of response is, does that mean her husband's business isn't doing well?
Right.
And so she needed to pick up this job. So like for a man during this time, right, if your wife's working when it's not really acceptable for a woman to work.
And she hasn't had kids.
That makes you look bad as a man.
Right, exactly.
Society was set up bad for both sides.
Absolutely.
So men, that's your one in defense of you get from me.
Well, now we're trying to evolve, and it's like, and obviously, one might say growing pains, but like other women, other men, don't ruin it for everyone. Okay.
Yeah. Just if you want to be a stay-at-home mom,
participate.
Do it. If you don't do it.
Shut the fuck up.
Shut the fuck up and stop making other women have to live your same life.
It's like, hey, at least you have the choice, right?
Yes, and that's called feminism.
It's like if I said, hey, do you want to go get drinks tonight?
Yes.
And you can say yes or no. Think about that with everything. It's like, do you want to vote? No. Cool. Don't fucking vote.
But also that's dumb.
But guess what? There's a lot of people who do. So don't fuck with them, right? Like
exactly.
Just
live your life and let other people live theirs.
Don't
Jesus,
try to put guardrails around other people's lives.
It's literally
weird.
not that hard.
Stop it.
Also, you shouldn't ever take rights away. You should only give people more rights.
I don't know why we care, honestly. Like, live your life.
Who has time to care about what other people are doing?
Care about yourself.
And this whole idea that feminists are out here being like, no one should be a mom is also bullshit. It's not about having kids or not having kids. It's about women getting to make their own choices about what they're doing with their bodies and how they're building their family. Yeah. And it's okay whether you have kids or not. That is feminism, not you don't get to be a mom and that's the bad thing.
Right. And obviously there's people out there who have they have skewed views of what these things mean. And it isn't just feminism. It's all sorts of topics, right? And they're extremists and they're like, feminism means I'll never have a child. No, it's just about choice. So like, there's obviously the extremists out there that will say all kinds of things. And it's not just feminism, like I said, but people just need to live their lives, and everyone should just have choice regardless of your gender, your
don't want
identity,
to get married,
your
don't
job.
do it. Don't want an abortion, don't do it.
Your priorities.
Don't want gay marriage,
maybe
don't
you
get
want
gay
kids,
married.
Maybe you don't. Like, who gives a fuck? Like, just let everyone be who they want to be.
Exactly. Amen.
Claire
and Yana for office.
That's right.
I don't want that job.
No, not anymore.
No, I don't want to look dumb.
Unless Gavin Newsom wants some support. We'll help him.
You want to be in his cabinet?
Like, I'll just help him. But okay. I don't want to lead. I'll lead behind him.
Hey, at this point, I would help a stale piece of dog poop outside.
Bernie, you still rocking out there? I love Bernie. He's so unhinged sometimes.
I know. He's just such an angry old man, and I like it.
Muffin hands.
Yeah.
Okay.
Birds.
The last thing I was going to say was there was a lot of references about like pop culture throughout the book that I thought was fun, because you hear pop culture references in like, books we read today where it's like TikTok and Instagram,
right.
And in this, they were talking about how all the women were supposed to like, I Love Lucy. Yeah. And it was like, if you don't love Lucy, then you're like not a proper woman.
Yeah. Did you watch I Love Lucy?
No.
Growing up?
But like, I remember Margaret was like, I never liked Lucy either, but she felt like she couldn't tell anyone because every woman likes Lucy. Mm-hmm. She's the perfect housewife.
She's the perfect housewife, yeah.
And then they talked about how, Breakfast at Tiffany's came out, and then it was kind of like a bit more feminist, and some of the women were like, oh, I don't know about that, but a lot of them were like, we like where this is going. Yeah. So it was fun to like see the perspective and hear pop culture references of that time.
We don't
read books like that.
No. I remember growing up, the days that I was homesick from school or something, it was always I Love Lucy on TV and Bewitched, like the old Bewitched that was black and white, and I Dream of Jeannie. Yeah, it really was just like the ideal housewife.
Yeah, it was.
And the silly housewife issues that come with it.
The silly little nuances of being a silly woman.
There's just so much silly
little life. So much slapstick silliness. That was a lot of...
I have a lot of feelings.
I know, so do I. We're only 50 pages in.
I know, but I do... So far, and again, only 50 pages, but so far, I wish I could just sit and keep reading.
It's also very well written.
Yeah.
There were a couple words I was like, vocabulary, must look up that word right there. But obviously, y'all, we have opinions on this matter. These are our opinions. You're welcome to disagree with us. We're not trying to put blanket statements on anything. Like, we're just reading a book, and these are the reactions that we really have. Take it or leave it. You know how we roll around here.
Absolutely. So, hey, just because we like something doesn't mean you have to. And that's
called choice, everyone.
That's called choice.
You can shut this shit off right now.
Absolutely. And we support you doing that if you don't agree with this.
Honestly,
but also learn a little something.
We know we're really annoying sometimes too. So
I wish I could shut us off.
30-second ahead button. Yana, what's your food rating for these pages? Can I go first?
Yeah.
It's literally what was at the end of the book. It's her preparing this beautiful cake that is just destroyed by some human who rolls through and takes a big old slice out. They don't take it out like you take a slice out of a cake. They just take a chunk that's not symmetrical in any way, and they eat it and walk out of the house and leave you alone with your broken cake. That's how I felt, honestly, by the end of it.
Totally.
I was broken with Margaret.
I think mine is meatloaf.
But not the good kind.
I don't think there's such a thing as good meatloaf.
Oh, I like
but
meatloaf.
I just feel like, hey, if you want sandwich bread, eat sandwich bread. You don't need to make meat look like it.
Has more protein.
Whatever. I was thinking like, just given the time, right? Like a lot of these dinners were meatloaves. And to me, it's one of those foods where it's like, sure, it's convenient, little one pot meal, but we don't need to do it. Also, the 60s are over. We don't have to keep doing it.
Oh my God, I like meatloaf. Here's the thing with meatloaf, though. You either land it and it's good.
Oh, absolutely.
Or it's fucking disgusting. There's not an in-between meatloaf.
I don't think you should be able to slice meat like that.
It's like charcuterie, but
no, that's meant to be sliced. I don't need to slice ground meat. I don't want to use
Agree to disagree. That's called choice, everyone.
The same pan, the same loaf pan that I would use to make like pound cake.
What about Spam?
Absolutely not.
Okay, Yana has feelings about
You like Spam?
Yeah, it's good. I'm not like...
I'm shocked you like Spam.
It tastes like bologna. It's delicious. It's salted.
Shocked you liked Spam. That's actually shocking. I finally learned something new about you.
Look at... Oh my God, after all
still
these
have so many new
years, I love
things
you
to
so
learn.
much.
I love you so much. I don't buy you Spam.
Thank you. Well, I don't like seek it out.
Well, that's what you're getting for your birthday. From Costco. Sponsor us.
Yes.
Yeah.
Seriously, though.
Seriously, absolutely. At least like a membership once a year, like whatever.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, I'm not into it.
I liked when my mom made meatloaf because she made a good meatloaf. Love you, Mom. But, my sister, God bless you. She never listens to this, but I remember
Does she not support us?
I know. We stayed the night at my aunt's house, whom is no longer part of the family. She has been divorced out. But she made the nastiest fucking meatloaf. I'll never forget this because she was also one of those moms who was like, you don't leave the table until your plate is clear. And I could not eat it. It tasted literally like vomit in my mouth. And so what I would do is I would cut little pieces off and I would put it under the table and pass it to my sister. And she ate my entire piece of loaf so that I could leave the table.
She does love you.
God bless you. Honestly, I never forgot that because it was such a like traumatic experience.
Good for you, sister.
So I guess your point is kind of taken.
Yeah.
Yana, what are you reading? What's your sexy side piece?
I haven't started reading it yet, but I did get it. It's called Heart the Lover.
Let us know. It sounds like you finished the correspondence.
Yes, it loved that one. Correspondence. Loved it.
Okay.
Very good.
Good.
What are you reading?
I read All the Dangerous Things. It was good. It's like thrillery. Had a good ending. Good twist. I'm reading Brimstone. Still, don't judge me. It's like 600 pages. I think actually it's 800 pages. If I wanted to.
We'll be here on our second birthday or so and be reading it.
And I'm really excited about this. I just got my library hold for Game On, Nevessa Allen's. Yeah.
Nice.
So I'm going to finish the Sexy series.
Nice.
I'm really excited about it.
I'm excited for you.
I'm really excited for this book, too. I'm juggling, like, fantasy. I don't know how to categorize this one. I guess it's technically a historical fiction. And then Game On romantasy, smut. I don't know where to place that.
Either way, I'm just excited to be on this journey of life with you.
Do you want me to tell you about Game On as I go? Okay.
Anyway, friends, we love you.
We love you so much.
We love everything about you. And we hope you feel the same way about us.
And we are still working to grow our podcast. We got a bitchin' review from Patrick Gagney. Patrick, if you hear this, that was so, so cool. Thank you so much for sharing your thoughts.
Expected from a best friend.
That made our day, maybe our year, perhaps.
Maybe our life.
We've been getting some really awesome reviews from all of you and some follows, so please continue to do so. And for this episode, just take a moment to tap that 5-star, like.
You're the boss bitch you are, girl. And we just we
love to read.
We love to read, and we hope you do too, but that's okay if you don't. Like we said earlier, we'll read for you if you don't have the time or you don't know how to. Yes. And
look at all these fucking choices.
We are big fans of choices, so our contribution to that is letting you choose whether or not you read the book.
So if nothing else, dear friends, remember.
Keep making choices. Keep on reading. Choices are good. We keep choices for everyone. We're going to end up in jail.